So what we kind of wanted to do is kind of peel back the onion just to give you some context and talk about what we did at Glide for our experts program and kind of how we came up with it. And then we want to talk a little bit about some things you can do as freelancers, agencies to sort of stand out in these agencies and in these other no-code tools to sort of be connected with those platforms. And then we have an open Q&A if you guys have any questions or anything that you want to ask. So next, let's jump into like platforms and partners like thrive together. A good program, everybody wins. So the cool thing about Glide is that we have such a really good platform and businesses need it. And not all businesses know that they need it. And this is where our partners and our experts who have the expertise really propel Glide and make Glide fly, because this is sort of like the model that we have with the platform, businesses, and partners. How many of you are experts in here? We have experts in here? Oh yes. Man, let's go. Look at this guy with his hand up. So next, and I want to first tell you a little bit what Glide is. For those of you who do not know, we have a clicker problem. So let's talk a little bit about Glide. Andy, tell us what Glide is, so for those who do not know.
Yeah, and I just want to back up a little bit just because while we're speaking about Glide as an example, this is true of pretty much every platform out there. This relationship between the platform and the partners and the businesses, the clients that we all serve together, that's the mutual win. Platform wins, partner wins, the customer wins. When everything is working together in that way, everybody succeeds. And what we're going to talk about here is just using Glide as an example. But in a great relationship, it doesn't matter what the platform is. And usually we see it with our own experts. You may be partnered with multiple platforms because you are using the platform that is best suited to what your client needs. Now in the case of Glide, if you go back a few years, we started as a way to build apps on top of Google Sheets. We were known as this mobile app platform. You build these mobile progressive web apps with Google Sheets as the data source. We have expanded quite a bit since then, the ability to build adaptive, progressive web apps that work on any device that connect to pretty much any type of data source, including our own native data sources, and we have AI built in as well. So there's really all-in-one solution for businesses to build internal tools.
And what's interesting about that is that as Glide gets more complex and as platforms get more complex and complicated, it really falls to agencies, freelancers, experts in the industry to be able to have that knowledge to make companies successful. It's really important. So when I came to, Andy, I feel like I'm in a weird place here. Maybe I'll stand over. Do I want to stand over here? You want me to stand over here? You want me to stand over there, don't you? So we're gonna go back to 2023. When I came to Glide, the experts were there. There was 50 experts, and y'all were loving. How many were there when I joined? Anybody? 2 years?
I see a couple
Stan,
faces.
you were there for sure. So 2 years, there's 50 of y'all in an internal Slack. Y'all were building incredible things, and the product team loved working with y'all. And Glide decided to double down on the experts, which is when I came. So now, this is the crazy part. Are you ready for this? 2 years later, we now have over 7,500 experts in our program. We're in 100 countries represented around the world. And experts are worth 35%. They bring 35% of Glide's total revenue. This is what y'all are doing natively, and it's insane. So this is a great number to say, oh, look at these numbers. But the cool thing that I want to share with y'all is how did we get here? Like, what did Glide do to empower y'all? And so the first thing was when I came here, I'm Southern if you didn't know that already, so from the Southern states, is I asked 3 questions. And it's really much, what do y'all need? What do you love about Glide? What do you hate about Glide or the ecosystem? And what do you need for your agency to go in? Like, what are the things that you really need? So this is what I asked, and I spoke to all the experts. And before we built the program, I mean, Andy, first we started with, what is it that you need? I mean, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, and that really is the thing for any sort of community or partner program. That should be the first thing that any partner manager, partner program manager should be asking is, what do the partners need? Because if the partners aren't getting what they need, nothing else really matters.
You know, and I talk to a lot of other people in our circle that are trying to build partner programs, and they do things, and they're like, we're going to do this, and this. And I was like, okay, well, how many experts, how many partners in your ecosystem have you talked to? Well, we know they need this. I'm like, stop. have the conversation. You might be right, but have the conversation. So here's what I heard over and over and over from our amazing experts, which is what we call our experts program. They wanted to be compensated for the work that they were doing and the work they were bringing to Glide. And they wanted exposure, which are growth opportunities, be able to have street cred, prowess. And they wanted better product for specifically the agency flow. Like they work a little different than Glide's intended to be. Glide's intended to work for businesses, but you may have a different workflow because you're managing dozens of businesses. And also they wanted better product within Glide. And what they loved, Andy.
Yeah, so one thing we kept hearing again and again as a value that would creep up after they would join for the essentials is, I want to be better connected with other people like me. I want to spend more time with my peers, other experts, so I can learn from them and also get updates from the product team to us as a group. And having this strong relationship going in all those directions. So again, the three-parter I was showing before, this is what it's all about. Connecting with each other, getting those updates, having that open communication, and learning from each other.
So I don't want this to be salesy if y'all are not Glide folks. I just want to show you and peel this back, because at the end of this, there's going to be a long list of all the things we've built in 2 years for our experts, for our program, but it didn't start there. It literally started right here.
Yeah.
So, and also there'll be a Q&A, so if you have any questions, I know you're bursting with questions, I can just see it. So let's go next, we'll keep going. So let's start first with compensation. This is what I was told. So this is what we did. Literally the first month I was at Glide, I created automatic revenue share for experts. So one of the experts' behaviors when you are an expert and you're flagged in the system and you join a team, there was this painful process where they had to go through it to get credit for that team. So I just automated it. We did the little dev work, you join a team, you have credit for the team, that's what happens. And also, later in life, I created the agency plan where then you can create teams with 30-day free trials, which you can't normally do on Glide, and you also get immediate credit for that for rev share. So these are the things that we immediately solved, because this was a pain point that our experts wanted. And Andy?
Yeah, and we already had a community, like so many other platforms do. We had this open community that anybody could join, but we wanted to carve out a space specifically for our partners, our experts, to get together. So we spun up a separate Slack community that only certified experts can join. And beyond that, we've also been doing office hours, which gives these experts a way to jump on a Zoom call, connect with each other, connect with us, ask any sort of questions that they need. And I think what I would say about this slide in particular, these are table stakes, in my opinion. Like when you're looking at any partner program, thinking about partnering with anybody, you're looking for this sort of setup so that both your business needs are being covered, but also your need for growth and connection within that community.
So as a show of hands, for those of you who are Glide experts, how many of you are in Slack? Oh. How many of you, that means I've talked to all of you probably. Yes. So I just want to say, how important is that for you to be able to talk to other experts and not businesses, specifically about Glide? Important, unimportant, maybe important?
It's huge. Very important. Yeah, it's huge. Yes.
So this is just value that we knew you needed because we asked, and so we made the space. Okay, go ahead. I was just curious. So also exposure. I think this is really big, and I use exposure. This is a really broad term. Exposure to me really means growth opportunities and ways for your agency and freelancer for you to hit the ground running and go. And we've built so many things here just to help the experts win. And again, this is about the Yacht Club, and I'll bring that back towards the end. But marketing growth opportunities. Ren, go ahead and stand up. I'll put you on the spot. So really, this is head of our content at Glide, and Ren is obsessed with writing success stories about what you've done with your clients and showcasing how amazing our experts are. She does this all day, every day, and it's incredible what she does. Our experts directory is about you getting out there and having businesses come and find you, say, hey, I need help with Glide. I want some software. Can you help me? And being listed so you can do better and so you can grow. And the app marketplace is something we just launched. If you've built an app that's an actual full-fledged software that you want other businesses to come and buy from you, you now have that opportunity. Creators program, if you're in the social, if you like to make posts and videos, we have a team inside Slack that helps coach you and get better. And we pre-release everything we do in Glide gets released to our internal experts first, so you can launch the day we launch. Like, who's doing that? This is crazy. And then also get hired. Other experts, if in your inside the Experts Hub, you can post your expertise, what you want to do, and when experts with agencies want to hire you, they can find you. So it's all about growing here. Andy, what do you love?
Yeah, and just riffing on that last point, experts, partners are the first to know, and this should be the way for any sort of partnership, that the partners need to know so that they're not blindsided, that something doesn't go out to your customers, to your clients, and then you're getting the question of, what is this thing? Why am I hearing about it from someone else? And finding that out from your customer rather than from the vendor or platform that you're partnered with is a really frustrating experience. And I've experienced that myself as a partner with other platforms. So that's why we prioritize partners first.
I would also add to that, something that a lot of experts don't know is we try really hard to control the messaging for our experts. And if you're an expert and you're on a team, sometimes we won't even send marketing messages to your clients because we want the expert to be able to sort of manage that relationship. This was a big one that has been taking a chunk of time that I've absolutely loved doing, which is building really expert product at Glide. And the expert product is organizing alphas and betas with the team when they're getting ready to launch a product. The Experts Hub, me and Andy built, literally, it's an industry standard. And in my former life, this took me years to build an actual hub for experts to see all of their clients, to see all of the news, what's going on, events, everything that's happening is there. And this literally was built on Glide in a week. It's insane. The agency plan, it's really a great thing for you. It's basically an enterprise plan for agencies and experts, so you can have all the full power of Glide for a fraction of the cost. So you can have all the knowledge, all the features are always released first to this, but it's inexpensive. I don't want to make money on it. I want you to have all the power of Glide so you know everything. With a few workflow pieces like trials, like free trials and things like that, and this is the only way you can transfer apps into trials. You can't do that inside Glide except unless it's on an agency plan. The experts director and account manager, all these things are like product inside Glide just for experts. So also, Andy, jump in about the other.
Yeah, and the other stuff. Learning from other experts, one of the ways we're facilitating education within the program is to let partners learn from other partners. And I think that's really important for any sort of platform. It's one thing to have great resources from the platform itself, but the ability to get more contextual, real-world knowledge from others who are doing the same sort of things that you're doing, I think that's really, really important. So we try to formalize that with these accelerators that we run, these cohorts, and then also showcasing real work. So the opportunity to open up client projects and say, this is what we've built, this is how we've built it. Again, it's universal, any partner program, any platform.
I just want to show you, I could have started with this, but this is everything we've built in 2 years, and it's all for our partners. Like, everything we do is focused on what you do, but the whole point of all of this, like there's Slack and this and that, this was trial and error. Like, it looks great, doesn't it? I look pretty awesome, don't I? Like, I'm a badass, right? Oh no, let us share with you some fails. We failed. I have failed many times. We're going to talk about some things that we tried and failed that some of you may know or may not know. This is the fun part. So Andy, tell us all about, this is Andy and Brett's epic fails. Tell us about a feature request flow fail.
So we always get a lot of feature requests. Like, it would be great if Glide could do this, and you see this with other platforms too. If Glide could do this, if you had this additional feature, I have a customer who needs this capability, and it's a non-stop fire hose of a wish list. Closing the loop between the requests that come in, these guys will appreciate it. A lot of requests coming in. If we follow up on a request, making sure that we close the loop on that, letting partners know, or the things that if we're not able to follow up on something right away, why? This continues to be an ongoing challenge, so it's almost like a failure in progress that we're trying to address.
We're still failing.
We're still failing.
I'm failing all of you.
But we're aware of it. But yeah, it's just an ongoing challenge.
So this is a fail.
Next.
There's more fails, don't worry. We picked 3. So, Andy, take this one.
Well, I get all the fails. Recurring build events. So we love it when experts are able to get together and share the projects that they're working on. But one of the challenges when you're building internal applications for companies is they don't usually want you to show off the stuff that you're building for them. So we've been trying to come at this from a bunch of different directions. Again, ongoing fail. We're trying to address it. How do you get someone to step up and say, look at this thing that I built, while being able to redact company information, but at the same time, not making that a really painful process. So this is another challenge that we're trying to work on, because we know how valuable it is when we do see experts open things up and show off the work that they're doing.
But the demand for this is really high.
Yeah.
The problem is the frequency, and the expert has to take the time to like redact and hide.
It's hard.
And show this screen,
Yeah.
show that screen. It's really complicated. But these are things that we haven't quite nailed. But this one.
Oh boy.
Was anybody a participant in the marketplace beta that I opened in the Experts Hub? This was absolute mania and chaos. So we created an inbound flow on Glide site for businesses that wanted an expert. And we got overloaded with requests, thousands and thousands and thousands. And so we opened this up in the Experts Hub for experts to start getting these leads, but there were so many of them. And by the way, in a former life, I built this for another company. And we built this in a weekend.
You say a weekend, I spent a month refining this thing.
But it was like, Andy, can we just do this? Can we just do that?
Yeah.
So what's the whole purpose of all of this? Like, why are we building? I wanted to show the fails just for fun, but why build a partner program? What's the goal? And the goal is really simple. And we talk about the Yacht Club, and if you're an expert, you know I talk about being on the yacht. There's such an opportunity this year and next year and moving forward. Businesses need software. There has never been a better time to do this, and our goal is to make you rich. If I can make you rich, no joke, you win, Glide wins. It's about that mutual beneficial thing. We want you to win too. So if you're new to joining a lot of these programs and you're picking a new software and you try something, these are some things that we do want to. Andy, you want to take this and talk a little bit about?
So we got like 1 minute left, so I'm just going to fire through these. 1 minute, here we go. Participate in the community, show up, contribute, share your knowledge. You may think that you don't know enough, but you probably do because you know more than somebody else. Second, publish original content. It's great to answer questions, have that content captured, pass it along as an evergreen asset, YouTube, written, LinkedIn, whatever. Create something. Third, virtual and in-person events like this. Show up, ask questions, meet people, participate. That's how you build your network. Fourth, be an advocate. Be an advocate for the platform. That's what we look for. The more of an advocate you are, the more likely we are to reach out and say, hey, let's collaborate on something. And fifth, co-marketing and co-selling, because everything else leads to that. Bigger deals, more marketing support, tap into our budgets. We want to help you win because we win together.
I would also add one more thing to there. One more thing. Find somebody, when you can connect with somebody on another platform, ask them what they need. Like,
yes.
What are they looking for? Because you don't know what marketing's trying to do and what their strategy is, but if their trend is your friend, you'll be surfing the wave, and we love y'all.